Hey, good morning, everybody. Wow. Madam Chair, thank you. Thank you for the work you've done. I think there's a lot of my colleagues somewhere in this House. I see there, Bobby Joe Champion. He's the president of the Minnesota Senate right there. So, welcome to all of you. I think you've seen something. There's a little something going on out there in America, maybe. Vice President Harris has a way, whether we were yesterday in Western Pennsylvania with crowds of folks showing up. And you know what? You want to know something about this leader we've got on our team? You want to know something about it. We're getting off that bus. There's a massive group of supporters there, and there's a small group of the other folks on the other side. You can always tell them by their hats, you know. And she, without missing a beat, said, and I work just as hard to improve their lives as anybody else standing out here. I got the privilege, and I'm going to mention a couple folks who are here because I had the privilege of serving with these folks. I just had a chance to talk with the force of nature that's Maxine Waters backstage. So I know my friend, and I got a chance to have, I think I got a chance to have dinner last week in Minnesota with Barbara Lee's godchild out there. So Representative Lee, I know that Al Green's around here somewhere, has been here, a dear friend of mine. And I did not get to serve with Rep. Hayes, but I think what we know, where is she?
Right there.
Yeah, did not get that chance. This leader, look, I have the privilege of being governor of Minnesota, and now I couldn't be more surprised, but I'm the nominee, or you will make me the nominee for vice president. She did something I couldn't do. She's teacher of the year. She is a teacher of the year. So that speaks volumes. Look, that energy from Pittsburgh, yeah, you can all sit down. The teacher in me knows that you stood up because you were about to fall asleep when we came in here. So we were in Omaha, Nebraska, with thousands of people showing up to be out there. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. We're going to win Senate races out there. We're going to win House races. But folks are showing up. They walked for miles to be with their neighbors in western Wisconsin. They showed up. 15,000 of them in a hangar in Detroit. Now, Donald Trump said they were AI. You know what's not going to be AI? Their ballots when they vote for Kamala Harris. Not going to be AI. And then thousands showed up in 109-degree heat in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the state coordinator for the campaign, Shelby, signed up over 5,000 of them to door knock and phone bank. Then she got dehydrated, had to go to urgent care and get an IV. That's somebody leaving it all on the field. That's somebody that understands. We've got 78 days to make a generational difference, not in just this country, but in the world.
Amen.
Look, we understand something that we grew up hearing about, towards a more perfect union. Strong and decent nations acknowledge their past, the good, the bad, and the ugly that goes with it. We acknowledge it because it lets us chart a course for the future. Those guys taking us back, as the Vice President said, we aren't going back. We're not going back.
Not going back.
But we're going forward. We're going forward in a country that everybody matters. Everybody's got a chance. Everybody can see generational wealth. Everybody can get access to capital to start their small business. And a recognition that the systemic and historic barriers that were put in front of black communities have stopped that movement towards a more perfect union, have held it back. And as I say to Bobby Joe Champion again, the one thing you can always count on, a lot of times, this was the history, you can count on the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, and you can count on white politicians coming to black communities to ask for their votes. What's different this time is we have a black woman going to lead us, and she's asking for the votes. She's asking for the votes.
Kick his ass.
So I tell you, that's a trick I've learned in my life. Surround yourself with smart women and listen to them, and you'll do just fine. You'll do just fine. Things will turn out well for you. So we owe it to our children. We owe it to those next generations. We have the capacity, and this is hard work. It's difficult work at times, but it's meaningful work. It's work in the community. It is what this incredible leader, Kamala Harris, has brought to this race. She's brought all those things: experience, vision, intelligence, strength. But she's also brought joy to this. She's brought laughter to this. They can say what they want. You know, the only time they laugh is laughing at somebody less fortunate than them. That's the only time they laugh. They see our most vulnerable citizens as scapegoats and punchlines for their jokes. She sees them as neighbors and people who deserve to have respect. So for each and every one of you, I know, and I've been saying this is a lot of preaching to the choir, but man, the choir needs to sing. The choir needs to sing. This is our moment. This is our moment. 78 days. 78 days. Hell, we can do anything for 78 days. And as I've been telling people, we'll sleep when we're dead. Not now. Not now. Not now. So to each of you, let's get the work done. Let's make this official. Let's take some time tonight to honor our president, somebody who's delivered to us on every step of the ways in Joe Biden. Let's deliver for that man. But that's a man who all the good decisions he made, one of the first ones he made was he put Kamala Harris at his side to make sure he was listening. And then he listened to her. And then he passed the torch to her. Because I'll tell you what, I'm leaving it all on the field. And on that 79th day when we wake up, you look at your children and say, that right there is President of the United States. Madam President of the United States. So thank you all. Let's get it done.